See what happens. Whoo, Lord. Typical. I'm here. Is anybody else still here? That's the question. Let's hope we stay live. I did a massive reset of everything. Tell me it's working without some kind of weird shenanigans going on. You are live, says Nurse Nancy. It's such a good feeling when something goes wrong. It's not a good feeling when something goes wrong. I take that back and I'm not going to say any more. Let's give it a couple minutes. You guys tell me, is it still working? Whew. That was something else. Had a fun premiere. Thank you to everyone who came and joined us in the premiere. It was so much fun. I appreciate every single one of you taking time out of your evening to come watch the Klaykowskis Ovation vlog. I'll tell you about that vlog soon here tonight and what I went through to get to this point. But no, I didn't change clothes. Tom Beetle Bailey. I'm same clothes. You like my shirt though? Anybody get the joke here? Can anyone call it out? First person to do it in the chat gets a good bagok. Thanks, Nurse Nancy. She says my editing skills are on point. Sounds like we got 7 people in the house, which that'll probably change, or maybe that's just wrong. But are we working? I'm going to bring in the special guest if everyone tells me that we're working good. Oh, Tom Beetle Bailey was the first to get it. That's right. Oh, Mark Robertson is in the house. War Eagle. He says B-52. Oh, you know what? Nurse Nancy, I love you. I can't do the B-52s tonight because I need the Doodles here with his laptop so that we can do that. Plus, I'm not sure that I can sing it. We were planning on doing it karaoke style, and I don't think I can do that legally on YouTube. But War Damn Eagle. That's right, Mark. Glad to have you here. For anyone we missed because of all the shenanigans, ship showiness going on, we apologize to you if you watch the replay. But how many people are in the chat? That's what I'd like to know. Do we got 7 like YouTube's telling me? I don't know if I believe that. I feel like y'all are too cool to just bug out on me that early. You know better. We have problems over here. 20 people. Okay, that's good. That's good. I think that's about to change real soon. But Brady Koopmans dabbing. I don't need a belt because I got shorts on, but I'm going to bring in our very, very esteemed special guest who is standing by live and direct. What do you think about that? Uh-oh. Is he not there? He's not there. What's going on? Hold on. Jamie, I don't know if you're there, buddy. It's not showing up. Let me see if I can fix this. Oh. Esteban. So can they see him? Can you see Jamie?
Who?
Can anyone see Jamie?
I think everybody should be doing right now.
Alright, well,
Hold on, I'm
either
trying to see
way.
if I see me.
I can see you, but just not on OBS. How about now? Nope. Alright. So nobody can see him. Okay, I'll fix this really quick. Bear with me here. Nobody can see him. Okay, I'll fix this really quick. Do-do-do.
I don't see me. Can I hear me?
I can hear you just fine. But we're having a few issues. There's an echo, they say. But let me see if I can fix this. It was working fine just before we restarted, huh? But let me see if I can fix this. It was working fine just before we restarted, huh? Go like that. Oh, there it is.
Blaine says he doesn't want to see me in my Speedo anyway, so just hearing my voice ought to be cool.
I guess so. This is a joke, actually. But we got Sharon and C here, and they were here, but it's not working. And I'm not surprised at all. It's a total ship show. Saboteur! That's right, Crazy Cat Traveler. Who is the Saboteur? Saboteur! That's right, Crazy Cat Traveler. Who is the Saboteur? What do we got going on here?
I bet York has something to do with it.
Well, I might have to just give up on this one. For whatever stinking reason, it just wants to be silly. But I'll try one more time. I think it's fixed now. Let's see what happens when I do this. Zoom. There we go. Ha ha! Boom! Look who's back in the house!
Oh my gosh!
Kowski doing his magic. Doing his magic. This has been a total ship show. Who am I kidding? Welcome, Mr. Jamie. I'm so glad to have you. How are you doing this evening?
Now, I don't know what kind of delay I'm on, whether I should be talking to John on my screen or John on my phone.
I don't think it matters, does it? Does it really matter?
I don't know.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. That makes sense because we'll figure this out. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Hold on, what if I turn down my phone and I just talk to you here? Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me just fine?
I can hear you.
All right, can the peeps hear Mr. Jamie? There we go. I think we're good now.
But I don't see Jamie anymore.
I don't either.
Hashtag he gone.
Hashtag where the heck did he go? Well, shucks. Shucks and mucks.
I see something on the side of the screen like you're wanting to put me in there.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing
Put
this.
me in,
silly.
coach. Put me in.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. Look at me. This is
that
ridiculous.
might be at in the OBS. It might be messed up.
Yeah, it must be the OBS that's.
Because I got a very special martini that I want to start drinking.
Well, you should start drinking it because right now you're just a green screen. Let's do this. I'm gonna do one last thing, and if this doesn't solve the problem, y'all, we're gonna have to say goodnight to Mr. Jamie. But we don't want to do that just yet because we don't give up on the ship show.
No,
So
I got nowhere to go.
Yes, let's just do this and. Oh my goodness, the Doodles is here! The Doodles is here! He's got a mask on to protect from germs. I love it. Okay, now we're talking.
Doodle!
There we go!
Is this working now?
It seems to be.
Are you live?
I'm live, and the peeps are here, and you made
Hey
it!
there, I see you now.
Well, I'm gonna be here for at least a short little bit.
I think you're here
I saw you struggling, and I
to get rid of the gremlins. Let me scoot over.
Yeah,
make
I
some room
saw
for
you
pal.
struggling, and I couldn't help myself.
Okay, well, here's the thing. You won't be able to see Mr. Jamie, right?
Okay.
Or you'll be able to see him, but you won't be able to hear what he's saying.
Okay, I could hear him at my house. No
Well-
problem. Live and direct and clear.
Yeah, well, now it
Because I'm
looks
so
like
loud.
the issue is fixed. I've got Jamie turned up in my ear.
Oh, so you'll have to translate for me what he's saying.
I can hear him perfectly. So, folks, thank you all for putting up with this ship showiness. I don't even know what's going on the last 15 minutes. But we are finally live. And Mr. Jamie, thank you so much for joining us. We had it all worked out before, and I'm sure Jamie can attest to this. We did several dry runs to make sure that we didn't have any ship shows going on, and of course it happened. How are you feeling?
I felt
buddy?
bad, man. I saw you struggling over there, and
Yeah.
you know, you're my buddy, so.
Listen,
Not that I'm technically savvy and could do anything, and I asked Kelly if she had any of her medical masks.
Well,
so,
listen,
No.
if you get me sick, it'll be worth it if this live stream goes off.
do you have any scotch?
Scotch, no. Beer, yes.
No, I'm good.
And martini. So,
I'm good.
I think, without further ado, let's say hi to the peeps that are here that stuck it out through this hot mess of whatever you want to call this, and we'll make it happen. All right, so who do we have?
I'm not part of the Bloods, just so you know. I have a little cold that I'm dealing with, and
Like there's a holdup going on over there. Do you need me to call the police?
Listen, I'll raise my right hand and scratch my ear if I feel like I'm in danger.
Good call.
All right, so who do we have? Participants in the house. A to Z, y'all. We're going A to Z because that's how we roll. Amy Franzek is in the house. Mr. Big Pap is in the house. That would be Mark. Blame
this is too
2007.
hot.
Yeah, don't do that. You're fine. Brady Koopman's here. Crazy Cat Traveler. Cruising Through Life with Cindy Huber is here. Daniel Donnelly. Going Places. Gypsy Lady Imagery. Haley Man. Mr. Jamie from Sharon at Sea, whom you see on your screen.
I feel lost without my sound effects.
Yeah, I know. That's how I was going to address that, but I think Sharon owes the crowd a nice, healthy... Sharon at Sea. Jamie owes the crowd a nice, healthy bagok. Ooh.
What the
Look
heck?
at that!
What?
Holy macaroni salad!
I knew it was a special occasion, so I busted out a very special
Oh,
martini glass. I call this glass the Doodle, is what I call
I'm
it.
so jealous.
He calls it the doodle.
Well, I
got
like
an
it
extra big
very much.
toothpick.
Oh, baby!
What the?
That is amazing.
So
You know, I really wish you...
love you guys.
I wish York could hear this.
That's all right. I'll watch it on replay.
But I feel like there might be an echo. I don't know. Is there an echo when Jamie talks? Try it. Jamie, say something.
No, I could try this.
What up?
Is there an echo when Jamie talks?
See, like,
We'll find out in the
try to
comments.
open YouTube and then get in on the chat. Then I can't hear you on our connection right here anymore, so I got to close out YouTube and just wing it.
Well, we want you to hear us.
Well, I hear you now. Good.
Let's say hi to Johnny B from Bella Travel and Adventures, Mr. Josh Odom. Lisa's in the house, no doubt laughing at me. Hi, Lisa.
My wife?
Yes, Lisa Ragsdale.
She said, you're going to go over there and you're going to have a beer or two, and I probably will, and you're going to be sick again the next couple days, so.
Listen, all I know is that equilibrium has been reached.
I think I'm past the whole, really nastiness. I sound a lot better.
Yeah,
right?
oh, you sound way better than you did at the bus stop this morning. Mark Robertson, War Damn Eagle. Glad to have you, buddy. Marilyn Moore is here, the mother hen. Okay. Glad to have you.
Was
Glad
I
to
supposed to
you.
have a wrench tonight?
Yes, and I didn't have time.
But I think Liz, she's very protective of her turf.
You think?
I know.
I thought she said she was going to give you a wrench. I saw that in the comments.
I don't want it anymore.
I can't get enough of Jamie over here just mauling these olives. Looks delicious. I've got olives.
Yeah, but it's not as cool on that.
No.
Those look good.
First of all, that
stick.
Well, yeah, what kind of stick is that? I mean, is it a straw or where did you find a sword stick like that for your drink?
Walmart. All right. Michael Lozano is here. Nails by Mary. Nurse Nancy. Pam Shantz. Mr. Ronnie Gilbert is here.
You're not here.
I think so.
Oh.
The Real Milo is here. The Steaming Bean. Tom Beetle Bailey.
God, that name gets me every time.
I know. I love it.
Steaming Bean.
Yeah, I know. I love it. And of course, let's not forget last, and certainly not least, Miss Wanda Byram.
Wanda, yep. Hello.
Wanda, glad to have you. I wonder if she's wearing her bagok shirt. Of course she is, right?
Sure.
Oh, Sharon he's using a kebab stick.
Oh, good call. A
Great
bagok
call.
stick.
All right. So, Jamie, I would like you to say, oh my goodness. Look at that.
Oh my.
That is great. A little
That is
martini with
amazing.
your
That looks
olive.
good on you, Jamie.
It really does. I mean, I think it looks good on anyone.
I need one. I don't have one yet.
Really?
I'll buy one.
But yeah, I mean, I can't get them for free. That's the funny part.
I know that. I know that.
D&G
I
Explorers
like
is
your
here.
B-52 bomber shirt, though. I gotta say that.
Yeah, so it was appropriate considering, you know, they want me to sing, I got me a Chrysler, it's as big as a whale, and it's about to set sail. I pushed it off tonight because the Yorkie wasn't here and we were going to use his laptop. But they say is there an echo when Jamie talks? That's what I need to know because there probably is, but maybe not.
Well,
Jamie,
I'm not
say
hearing him
something.
out of the speaker anymore, so
Well, it's
unless he's just quiet.
He's just being quiet. Say hello to the peeps.
Okay, how about now? Nurse Nancy was listening.
We cannot hear you, Jamie.
I can turn this
Yep.
down.
Now they can hear.
And
Now you can
this
hear me?
shouldn't be an echo.
Bueller?
Yep.
I can hear you just fine, but it's playing through my speakers, not yours. So.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have my first
Okay.
beer in four, maybe 5 days.
So there's an echo, and I will put the headphones in, and we will be good to go. That's the way it goes. I'm gonna have to talk to Mr. Rafael Zingano, who helped me set this whole thing up, on how to hear the sound whilst interacting with the folks. But for now, it seems to be working with my headphones.
With a little bit of
Tom
echo?
Eagle Bailey says it's great reverb. Well, I mean, we could take that. Somebody ought to say a Zingano with that kind of reverb. So, guys, let me tell you, I can't get enough of Jamie eating these olives. I just can't. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. I'm so happy the live stream's working, y'all. So, last night, I came in to you all with a little bit of fake news saying that I had a premiere following Griffin Alyssa, and that turned out to be total bunk. Like, I tried to render the movie out, and I started it at 4:50, and it finished 4:50 p.m. and it finished at 7:40 a.m. this morning, and it was a long story, but I toiled and troubled trying to figure out what was going on, and I just said, screw it, let it do its thing, canceled it, and we had a good turnout for the premiere. What are you drinking?
Well, I saw some other things in your fridge, and I figured beer wasn't a good idea. I needed something liquor-y and almost like
That's pomegranate.
it's vodka and pomegranate liqueur.
Yeah.
I needed something cough syrupy.
The look on your face said,
It's okay.
Hold on, is it vodka with pomegranate
Sorry?
liqueur?
yeah, it's vodka with pomegranate liqueur.
That's the
right.
beginnings of 40 is the new 20 right there.
That's right. It's the beginnings of a 40 is the new 20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question from Nurse Nancy.
What's that?
I don't know tech stuff with all this.
What's the
activities.
difference between rendering and get the vlog? Okay, so Nancy, rendering is when you're done with your vlog on your computer, like editing, and you actually turn it into a video. That's rendering.
Yes.
Uploading to YouTube is just that. When you take that file that you rendered and made it a vlog.
Why doesn't Jamie have ship showing that's going on?
Because he's a professional, right? I mean, and let's be honest.
It wouldn't be the ship show without it.
Well, right, but I tend to go overboard, right? And I tend not to have a lot of time, right? So I do the best I can with what I have.
You do a great job, dude.
And
because I can't be counted on for any of that.
but I feel like we've reached. I just can't. I love it. It's like a never-ending skewer of olives.
I mean, he could just keep doing that the whole
Yeah,
time.
that's why I'm so glad to have you. So, well, Stella is in the house. She says, "Good night, Daddy." Stella, good night. I hope you're okay. I know you fell right before we went live, and I heard it, and it sounded like the house was on
I had
fire.
to call your wife before I came over just to not scare the bejeebus out of her before I walked in.
Oh, well, you surprised me. That wasn't staged, y'all. York just showed up.
He came in to save the day.
And he did, right? York came in to save the day, and
I
everything
enjoyed
is
it.
working now.
I didn't do it.
So, yeah. I've got Jamie covering my
Mark
head.
Robertson, to answer your question, no. People in Michigan do not know how to make moonshine. We get it from all you folks down south, particularly my friends in Kentucky and Tennessee. There you have it.
Well,
Unless you had some experience in Ohio.
you have friends in Kentucky and Tennessee?
My last cruise, sat with some folks from Kentucky in the main dining room at our table who every night brought some delicious apple pie moonshine to dinner.
Really?
It's amazing. Yeah, really good.
Hey, so I'm
Okay.
trying to be quiet because I know that the echoing, I think, is from me, because when I listen to you guys talk and then it goes back into the computer and then comes out with an echo.
You know why it's echoing? Because you're not on headphones too. I know we don't have that problem on Alana Zingano's thing, but
I don't know if my headphones, which are just for my cell phone, will plug into my computer.
Nails by Mare
they should.
says there's no echo now. Ever since you changed
Oh,
it.
Nails by Mare says there's no echo now. So,
There we go.
hey, everybody's saying the echo's gone already, bro.
So I will just be the only one that can't hear Jamie. So
Dude, I can
you
totally
can
hear
make
you
fun
right
of me
now.
all you want.
Yeah, but everyone's saying that the echo's gone now. So, or before you put the headphones in. So,
Oh, that's just because I was quiet and I turned my
Thing,
computer
they
down.
say.
oh, okay. Well, no echo. So, listen, a lot of people have been chatting here, and it's great that. Oh, look, Mark Maxon's here, the man that was on Freedom of the Seas, and had the most epic vacation ever, where he took the boat. His boat was his transportation. Took the ship to St. Thomas. That was his transportation to his vacation. I mean, that's
nice.
that's a boss move right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, expand on that. I don't know.
Okay, so when I was on the Freedom of the Seas cruise, he was the guy that said, "Hey, are you Klaykowski?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, you know, we got to talking," and he's like, "Yeah, so we're here for the 7-day cruise, and then we're getting off in St. Thomas."
Before the last stop?
Yeah. They're
So they
getting off.
paid for like an extra day on the cruise.
Correct.
But they got off in St. Thomas.
Right.
With all their stuff.
Correct.
Baller.
Baller. Shot caller. Liz, that's a great idea, except my headphones are too short. Otherwise, I would share a pod with the doodles.
What if you
But
guys just put your
That's
cheeks
okay.
next to each
I'm
other?
probably not sticking around much longer.
York just came to make sure the live was working, and he's going to roll. But that's okay.
Probably.
He's not feeling well. I understand.
He
Don't
looks fine
blame
to
me,
me.
I know how between the Jamie and us, I know the live streams, how long these things go.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not cut out for that today. So
Well, the echo is gone, so that's good.
Yes.
So
I might just take this with me home.
that's fine. You gonna roll out?
Yeah,
All right. Well,
just saying hi.
York came in, made an appearance. We
Yeah.
appreciate that, buddy. I think
Don't-
Jamie and I can take it. from
I
here.
think so.
He
but-
helped himself to a cocktail, and now he's
He's-
getting the hell out of there.
Yeah, you come in, grab a drink, leave. I like it.
Cut it out.
He must be out of booze.
No, I have scotch at home.
Well, everyone's saying goodbye. They hope you feel better, and
Thanks, y'all.
we do too.
Next week.
Next week we're gonna come in strong.
Yep. All right, buddy.
None of this ship showiness.
See ya.
Thanks, man.
Bye, York.
All right. So here we are. It's just the two of us.
Finally, now he's gone. We can talk about him.
That's right. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us, you and I. All right. So normally I'd have an agenda, and York likes to play it down like he doesn't do anything. I mean, he does stuff. He does a lot of stuff. Specifically, he helps organize our speaking points. Like he says to me, like, "Hey, let's talk about this," or a lot of times he'll help put together those topics for the game we play, you know. But he's a big help around here, and the soundboard alone. I mean, let's face it, that's one of the highlights of the ship show. So
Yes, he's got a lot of technical skills at York.
yeah,
That's for sure.
I like that he caught the blame for this. Since he's not here, we'll just let him have that blame.
Gun. You
And this one too.
gun. Unbelievable. Even while I'm here on the show, you're gonna.
Listen, I can't help it. I
No,
had
that's a
to.
good one. I love that one right there. That one was amazing.
Yeah, I remember when you posted that. But let's talk to the people.
That one's almost. I think that's straight out of my collection. I'm not sure how you got into my phone. You must have hacked it, but
I'm a hacker. York makes it as much for you. Yeah, it does. It takes two of us. That's right. Put a rooster in the chair. That's a great idea.
Oh, Liz.
You know what?
Liz said she loves me in that blue. I think is that what she said? Thanks, Liz.
Oh,
nice.
nice. Who is the head? Is that Jamie with a mullet? Yes.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, it absolutely is. Let's see if we can get a rooster in the house for y'all.
Hook that rooster up.
There we go.
Big Pat
Stack-
said that is an olive stuffed swimsuit. You're absolutely right. I've got a dozen blue cheese stuffed olives in that blue Speedo I was wearing in that picture. Big Pap, I appreciate you noticing. So,
Whenever he puts that Speedo on, he just grabs the olives and off
Yeah.
the skewer, and he's just like,
that's right. That is right. And there's one olive right in front, and I pull a piece of the blue cheese out a little bit just to add a little point to it there to, to really.
so
give
you
it
did
life.
have blue cheese olives.
Well, in that picture it was blue cheese olives. I had
Oh, gotcha.
stuff with blue cheese. But tonight I'm just going old school with the pimento stuffed blue cheese olive. Let me get one real quick.
They're much bigger than mine, so
That might just be the camera. The camera adds 20 pounds to the olive, I think, is what happens.
is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that before.
All right, so
Uh-oh.
what's going on? When do we start the games where we give stuff away to people? Is that happening tonight?
Is that what we want to do? I'm all good with that.
I want to give some of your stuff away.
Well, I've got lots of chickens to give away. It's just a problem getting them in the friggin' mail. But
Yeah, that could be tough.
let's talk for a minute about this Ovation of the Seas series that has begun.
Do it.
Because it's a cruising live stream, right? And
That's what we're here for, cruising. We love cruising.
I noticed when editing this video, like, I remember when we did the live stream about my experience on board and Griffin Griffin Alyssa's experience on board. And I feel like it came across as, oh, meh, the whole cruise was meh. And I think that was probably a bad classification of what the cruise actually was. The cruise was great. The food was meh, and there was a few issues with overcrowdedness at certain activities that were a problem. But I noticed when editing this video, like looking back on it, and watching Griffin Alyssa's video too last night, oh, we had so much fun with the iFly and the bumper cars and everything. You know, it was cold. You know what I'm saying? It was cold, but we dealt with it.
Yeah, that's an Alaska cruise though. I mean, an Alaskan cruise is like worlds apart from a Caribbean cruise. It's a totally different experience, and you don't have that external factor of weather and sunshine and Lido decks and beaches and all that kind of stuff. So it's really compartmentalized as far as what you're able to do and what you can have fun with. So you know, it's a 180 from going on a warm weather trip, and it takes a minute to get used to that and realize what you can do to have fun.
Right. And I think that was a big shock, especially for the kids. Like,
yeah,
what? No pool? You know what I'm saying? But honestly, if you ask them both, I think they'd both tell you it was a lot of fun. The ship itself made up for most of it. The layout of the ship, how pretty it was and how clean it was. But Rafael Zingano is in the house. He says hello.
Hello.
Big Pap. Keep going.
Raphael, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Good to see you.
That was epic.
Woo.
That was epic.
Sorry
Well
about
played.
that. Wow. I need woo.
You deserve a drink after that one. Listen.
From my cup. Does everybody are there any comments? I mean, are you guys digging this special martini glass? I busted out just to be on with John here and helping out with York's illness on the ship show. Am I being ridiculed for the cup? Are people...
Ronnie Gilbert says you're powered by olives.
I am powered by olives, and I'll be powered in the morning by olives too. So
Haley Mann loves your cup.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
But I have to revisit this comment because I feel like if I don't, I'll catch crap for it tomorrow. Who was it? Wait, you guys talk cruising? Says Crazy Cat Traveler. As a matter of fact, we do.
Yes.
Yeah, Tom B. Bailey says the vlog didn't show meh, but we weren't meh the whole time. But you'll see after the first night in the main dining room, we kind of got the gist of what was really going on with the food. The first night, they kind of got a pass. So you'll see, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We talked about how gross some of the food was, but
yeah, but you're a big time foodie. I mean, you are. Yeah. The food is a huge focus for you. And I made a comment during the premiere, which was amazing, by the way, tremendous, loved it. And I told you that if you have a few more drinks earlier on embarkation day, then that first meal, you know, it won't quite be as, you know, like you won't have that focus. You won't be so worried about it. You'll just be enjoying it and shoveling food in your mouth. So that's my best recommendation to anybody out there. Have a few extra drinks embarkation day, and that way the food goes down easier and you won't care what it looks like or tastes like. So you'll never be disappointed that way.
I think you're right, and that's great advice. The Labadoozy thing set me off on the wrong foot on the drink front, but I said, okay, fine. If I can't get my Labadoozy, I'll get a Tanqueray and tonic, and
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, that's a good plan B. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Plus, if we're being honest, I didn't, want to be all like hammered or anything, especially with the kids. But with Griff and Alyssa, that was the first time like we had hung out socially besides their meetup, and like we got to dinner, and I'm like, yeah, I'll have a old fashioned, but then with my main course, I'd like a glass of Marie Soleil Chardonnay and then I'll probably get, and they were like, what this guy's serious.
Yeah. Listen, that's how you got to roll. I mean, sometimes you surprise people when you just come out and start ordering cocktails, but, that's how you just got to be you. Just got to do you out there.
That's right.
I can see Griff throwing back up a couple of cocktails if the mood strikes him.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Kevin Count says, hey, Esteban.
Hey. What's going on? ¿Qué pasa, amigos?
Welcome Esteban, internationally acclaimed guitar virtuoso, celebrated around the globe. And today,
noche con ustedes. Muchas gracias.
The Klikowskis don't have that not want to get hammered mantra on the group cruise. No, absolutely not, York. That's true.
No, in 2020, if things are going to escalate quickly on Embarkation Day, and I can't wait to see what ends up on camera.
Raphael says he can't be held responsible for anyone who passes out by saying Zingano. So that's his disclaimer. Finding Natasha says that Labadoozy sounds delicious. It is delicious from what I've heard. I've just never gotten one.
Hold on, I thought you had one, and now it's your quest to find another one, or are you still searching for the first one?
No, every time I get one, they say it's missing something. Or they say, no Labadoozy, Coco Loco. And I've had people tell me that the Coco Loco and the Labadoozy are the same thing, but they're not.
Well, where exactly? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't want to repeat things for all the folks that are watching right now. But I mean, where did the Labadoozy come from? What's the origin of that drink, and how do you know it even really exists if you haven't had one?
Well, I saw it on Griff and Alyssa's vlog. I believe it was the Carnival Horizon vlogs. Was they on the Horizon? Or maybe it was the Breeze, whatever Carnival vlog it was. No, I'm just Carnival. It was definitely Royal Caribbean.
Yes.
And I think it was actually their first Royal Caribbean cruise where they went to Labadee and they got a Labadoozy. And Alyssa and Griff both were like, oh, this is amazing. And
did they get it on the island, on Labadee, the Haiti island? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, and from what I'm hearing, it's only exclusive to when you're sailing there. Like, Alyssa got it on, it was Freedom of the Seas. That's where I saw it. She got a Labadoozy, and the way she talked about it, it was like amazing. And she said you can get it on other ships even though you're not going to Labadee, but I haven't had that luck. But it makes for a fun time on Embarkation Day because the truth be told, I mean, you see it in all my videos. That's the first thing I do when I go on board. I try and sweet talk some bartender into making me a Labadoozy, and I'm foiled every time.
You are correct about that. Well, I don't know. I mean, I wish you luck, and hopefully one day, if we can get together on a royal ship, we'll chase down a Labadoozy. I mean, if we have to pull ingredients bar by bar by bar and bring them together at one final destination to make that drink, I mean, that's what we'll have to do.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Pull ingredients from different bars. I like it. Speaking of which, we're sailing with the Ragsdales in February on Harmony of the Seas. And I'm flying down a couple days early so that I can hang out with some of the peeps and do a couple things with collaborations with other creators. But we are recording a Labadoozy drink making video with the Degenerate Cruisers.
Oh, yes.
Right before that cruise. So that'll be a lot of fun.
That'll be amazing. Those guys are so much fun. When we met them, I can't imagine a nicer, sweeter, but more fun to be around couple than those two, than Jason and Krista. We met when we hung out with them at Disney Springs. I mean, we met amazing people there that night, and those guys were, I mean, just fantastic. So nice, so cool. We had a blast with them.
Yeah, I had a ton of fun with both of them at Griff and Alyssa's meetup. We went to a brewery. We went to the Florida Aquarium. It was a great time, and they're as real as they come. Like,
I feel like they're the kind of people you could do some day drinking with, and then all of a sudden you just wake up and it's 2 days later.
Yeah, I believe it. And I felt bad because Krista had to be the behaved child, behaved degenerate, because they had a long drive home from where we were in Tampa, Clearwater. So she was the DD. So, but I think she made up for it when she got home.
She was the DD, the designated degenerate?
That's right.
Excellent.
That's right.
Excellent.
So,
I feel bad. I feel like I'm taking you away from the chat, though. So I don't know if you...
No. Please.
Sure, we're cool.
This is great. I'm having so much fun that it's actually working. We should chat. The people want to hear what you have to say. You know that.
Oh, they don't want to hear. They hear plenty of me on Monday. They're like, how about this guy shuts up for a minute and let Sharon get a word in edgewise. We watch... We'll go back and see, like older videos. It was kind of funny. Sharon and I were talking about earlier today that whenever we have a little run, like if a video comes out and it gets a little popularity and a lot of views, people will seem to watch a lot of your old videos, new subscribers. And so out of nowhere, we'll get people commenting on videos that are like 2 years old. And they'll be like, yeah, can you tell your husband to shut up so you can get a word in edgewise? And I feel bad because they're totally right, because I mean, I'm obnoxious now, but 2 years ago, it was 10 times worse. And I feel bad about it. So, I don't want to end up killing this martini and taking away from the enjoyment of folks hearing the beautiful tones of Mr. Klaykowski.
No, because quite frankly, I feel the same way. This is the truth. I'll rewatch the live streams and I feel like I'm talking all over York. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. Say what you want to say. I believe John Mayer said it best when he said, say what you need to say, and say what you need to say. That was just for you, Jamie.
I appreciate that. I thought he said it best when he said, why, Georgia? Why? But that's a different thing.
I love the shape you take when crawling towards the pillowcase. That man can write some lyrics, y'all.
I'm a fan, dude. I love me some old the John Mayer Trio. I dig the
listen, John Mayer Trio live album at where was that? It was in California, where he's just standing on a piece of carpet on a stage. Yeah. That album is hot fire.
Did you see the one where it's a concert album and he comes out and does a couple songs like solo, then he comes out and does a couple more songs with the John Mayer Trio. Then
that's the one I'm talking about.
The whole band, yes, that is amazing. Like if I could take or leave the whole band one part at the end, but the first two segments when he's by himself and with the trio, unbelievable stuff, unbelievable.
Well, there's some jazzy, crazy jazzy stuff when the band joins in.
Yes.
I'm gonna send you a link tomorrow to the to that album because it's one of my favorites. And you know what? I haven't listened to it in a while, and after today I will. Tomorrow I'm gonna listen to that.
There you go. Yes, I'm a
Tom
big
Vito Bailey, part of the quest. Bring me a labadoozy.
Is that part of the quest?
Yeah, could you imagine at the quest? You did the quest, right? Did you check out the quest on?
I did. We checked out the quest on I think it was. Oh shoot! I might need Sharon to chime in. It was on the Breeze, or it was on. It might have been on the Horizon. I forget. It was a Carnival quest, and they've reached. The cruise director was Mike Pack, and he came out and he spent a lot of time establishing that if you get offended easily, you need to leave. You need to get out of here right now. And he talked about all the complaints they get from it, and it's not on every ship anymore, and they're on the verge of stop doing it because I don't know how it is on other ships, but Carnival is very, very risque. I mean, there is nudity. You may catch a glimpse of how do I say this here on YouTube? There can be nips out there. There can be buttocks. There can be all kinds of stuff out there. So
listen.
But it's a good time.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
On Mariner of the Seas, they had a guy with a camera out on the stage.
Yeah.
And he was filming up close, and people had no shame. I mean, they just show me a tattoo, and it was like, here you go, tattoo. It's a wreath around my one nip.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what you mean, but it's still fun.
I went in there with a camera. I had the camera on the tripod. And I just went in by myself. I think Sharon was doing something, and Matthew was wrapping things up at the kids club. So I went in to check it out, and I I was recording, and they made an announcement, and I was in the upper level, and the guy running it, the cruise director said, hey, anyone in this section is part of this group, whether you're in the bottom or the top section of the auditorium. So I was up top with a few people, and they announced that if you have a camera or a camera is working or running, or they see you recording any of it, then that will dock your team like 50% of whatever points you've already earned, or something major like that. And so
Really?
it's like, yeah. And I said, well, I do not want to be the guy that causes this group of people who are, bloodthirsty for
Trying to win
at the quest to get pissed off. So I took the camera, shut it down, and just watched and enjoyed the show for a while, and it was great.
It's funny you say that, though, because on Mariner of the Seas, I didn't put it in the vlogs because I just couldn't find a way to do it right. But
yeah,
there was a man who was so upset that he didn't win that he came up and grabbed the cruise director by the collar, and security came and snatched him out. It was crazy. And he didn't win because at the end, when they asked the people to do this, he wouldn't do it.
You son of a...
He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. He said he won't do it. So he walked out in blue jeans with no shirt on. And he was upset that he didn't win for respecting whatever it was. And yeah, it was crazy. But,
you know what's crazy is that mullet that I used to rock back in the day. And that was a very strong mullet that you guys were looking at. I hope somebody out there appreciates the quality of that mullet.
that mullet was hot fire.
It took a long time to get that thing groomed. There was a lot. I mean, it took a while. I had to do the thing where after I showered, I would put my head upside down, blow dry it out. I get some Aquanet, give it a nice spray, shake it out a little bit, brush it back so it had a little bounce, a little lift to it.
Aquanet.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, it just didn't come naturally. That took a lot of effort. So I hope you all appreciate that.
Oh, no, you could tell. You could absolutely tell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, when I was doing this,
When you say, or which one? Are you talking about my Speedo one? And when you say get the hair out, do you mean the way it looked like? I thought you meant the way it looked like I had a possum in the Speedo, and you meant getting the hair out of that part of the photo. Or
but I have to thank Mark Robertson for that photo because I don't know if you know this, Jamie, but for
yeah. Are you sure that's Mark Robertson? I know. I think Mark. I believe that is a. I don't know if that's a Mark Robertson original, but there is something about Mark Robertson right now. And now that I found out that he is behind the Blue Speedo shenanigans, I also know that he is a very heavy supporter of a guy who's really my nemesis. His name is Tony Barnett. He's on another channel. I won't even bring it up, but I am battling him in an air hockey tournament on a cruise in 2020. And Mark Robertson has totally taken sides against me and for this particular guy named Tony Barnett. And I don't, I've tried to be nice to Mark. I've given him a War Damn Eagle when I feel like he needs one. And at every turn, he's coming up against me. So I don't know how this is going to end, our relationship, if it can be fixed, rekindled. I don't know what's going to go on with him, but, I just hope that it doesn't end ugly, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't want it to end ugly with him.
Well, has anyone considered security at this big air hockey tournament?
No, we don't need security there. I mean, I'll be there.
Okay, so you'll handle all the business, huh?
Yeah, nobody's going to mess around. I'll probably be wearing the shirt. All right.
You can't wear that shirt. You got to wear an SAS shirt for that matchup.
We'll see how I dress.
You need an SAS jersey. That's what you need.
I do need an SAS jersey.
Marilyn Moore says she loves us together. Cindy Huber had a role. Playing live is always better than what's done in the studio. That's true.
Cindy Huber did not love us together because she had to roll. I get it.
Blaine 2007 says nip slip. Nurse Nancy says nips and buttons. Yep, we're getting a lot of belly button and nip talk.
My poor Nurse Nancy. I need to. I don't know if she's been exposed lately to some things, and I'm concerned about it. I'll just leave it.
Yeah, well, I have to say that I'm partially responsible for that, Jamie.
Yeah, I think you are. There's been some shenanigans going on. Leave our Nurse Nancy alone. Leave that.
Well, she says she doesn't know things, and I figured I'd ought to educate her.
She's the sweetest thing. She's the most innocent, sweet, nicest person you'll ever encounter. And I just don't want her to get tainted hanging out with the wrong, like running with the wrong crowd. I know Crazy Cat Traveler said, am I jealous that Tony's on a cruise? CCT, I've been on a few cruises myself. So that's not really the case. It's just a thing. I'm going to come at that guy fast and furious when we meet in the Air Hockey Challenge. That's all I can tell you.
I don't blame you.
Yes.
And listen, I'm not afraid to say it right now. I'm Team SAS all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
that's a smart thing. That's a good move.
That may not be a smart play as the official announcer of this hockey tournament.
Yeah, that could work against you.
You're supposed to be neutral, but I'm just saying, if you win, I don't think I'm going to be able to contain my excitement in the broadcast because it's going to be live and it's going to be Doodles and myself.
There's only one thing that can beat me that day, and that is happy hour. If there's a happy hour somewhere prior to the hockey match, the air hockey match, the only thing that can take me down would be like a 2-for-1 special at the Alchemy Bar or something like that. That's the only thing. And as long as that's not going on, or as long as somebody mixes in rounds up a water, or maybe throw some Pedialyte into the mix, I think everything's gonna be fine.
Well, that's up to you. You're gonna have to make sure you got all that stuff.
Yeah, that could be a challenge. Maybe we need to have this match at about 8 or 9 a.m. would be the best thing for me.
Okay, that's fine.
Early morning.
I mean, why not? No one said it had to be prime time, right?
That's right. You are so right. 8, 9 in the morning, early morning, right after a good workout in the gym.
I think that's a good idea because, let's face it, by 9 p.m.,
yeah,
I don't... it's hard saying where we're all going to be.
At 9 p.m., it's a ship show, I think is what you're trying to say.
Right.
So...
Or even if we do it at noon, because maybe you want a few warm-up Bloody Marys or mimosas. You know what I'm saying? Get you a little loose, get a massage.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Mm-hmm.
But those massages are pretty expensive. Tom Beetle Bailey said slipping Jamie a roofie before the big air hockey match. Tom, are you saying that you're going to slip me a roofie? So it sounds like you're Team Tony on that. All right, duly noted. I've got that.
Yep. Well... Big Pap says the mullet is strong here in Appalachia. Crazy Cat Traveler says you have a very nice six-pack in those pictures.
There's a six-pack in there. It's just covered up by a keg.
Well, Blaine says it's not a six-pack. It's more like a suitcase.
Blaine, is it a carry-on or is it a full luggage underneath in the cargo hold? What are we talking about?
Yeah. Is it a carry-on or is it a Spirit Airlines bag? Because there's a big difference. York wants to know. York has a question for you, Jamie. He said, what's up with Carnival and no reggae bands? On the Magic, we only had a dude and steel drums playing with the soundtrack.
I will tell you that back in the early days of Carnival, we did have, wouldn't call it a reggae band, but there was like a 2 or a 3-person deal with a little singing and a little steel drum thing going on. But I think what happened was that limited them to only being able to do that kind of stuff on the Lido deck. And I think when it came time for, line dancing and doing the wobble and all these other types of things, they were kind of left out. So I think Carnival brought the DJ in and the DJ not only could entertain on the Lido deck, but in many other areas of the ship as well. The DJ became a big factor. So it may have just been cost effectiveness. They can take 3 people off the ship, and instead of having those 3 people there that'll play steel drums for an hour a day, they could put somebody in there that could work 65 hours a week in the main dining room and switch it up that way. So that is my professional cruising opinion. And I hear you. There are times I'd like to hear that, but there's times where I'd really just like to sit back and listen to some 80s rock on the Lido deck and not some of the other stuff that they play. So, you just deal with it the best you can.
You mean yacht rock, right?
I don't know if I mean yacht rock. I don't know how much of a yacht rocker I am as opposed to, I'm an 80s metal kind of guy.
We know.
Okie
Cruiser says that we're dissing the Loco fam? What? And Blaine says that we need an SAS jersey that on the back just says Bagok.
Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great combo.
But Trevor has a good idea. He says wear that Speedo while you're playing air hockey to throw Tony off.
Yes.
I think that's a good play too.
Okay. Well, if I do that for the air hockey, I'll definitely shave. I'll shave everything above the waistline as well to make that.
Okay. I like it. You should paint yourself.
Yes. And maybe I'll throw a little lotion on there just to glisten it up a little bit.
Nice. Baby oil.
Yeah. Because maybe the glare might get in Tony's eyes. Hey, Tony knows. Listen, we are buddies. We're good friends. We have a great relationship. Jenny and Sharon are friends. But when it comes to this kind of a thing, the air hockey challenge, friendship goes out the window. This is serious business. This is
I agree.
Versus La Lido Loca. I get it. They're a monster channel. They've got twice the subscribers. They are doing amazing things with their channel. But when it comes right down to it, I want to drop a hammer on him. I want to make him cry.
I know how that goes.
Yeah. So
when it comes to sport,
that way,
there are no friends.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Okie Cruiser says the Red Frog Pub Fishbowl Happy Hour is the bomb.
Heck yeah, it is. Or the tuba beer. Have you had the tuba beer? That is amazing. One day, dude. Yeah, I know. One day when you get onto a Carnival ship, John, you take back. You have to just reel in the food expectations a little bit. It won't be quite as good as Royal, but there's a lot of other things that I think you will really get a kick out of, and you really enjoy.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Mark Robertson says he thinks the air hockey game needs to be an after a fishbowl challenge. Now, if that's the case, it has to be both of you.
Yes, that's fine.
If we're being honest, though, I think you've got the edge on that one, right?
Well, I would say if each of us have to drink a fishbowl, then go and play the air hockey, I think now we might be talking about something.
Well,
but it sounds like Mark's just trying to come in and play nice, and he's trying to beat around the bush to the fact that he's been sabotaging me at every turn.
Well, listen, that's your beef with Mark. So, I love Mark. Mark, War Damn Eagle, even though go Buckeyes.
I love him too.
Yep.
It just hurts. It hurts right here.
I can understand.
Yeah.
Listen, where did you get that glass? I need to know.
This glass, I believe, I don't know if I know Sharon. She may or may not be watching. She may not be watching. She might be doing some homework with Matthew. But I believe we got this glass in Cabo San Lucas on a tour that we did, and we stopped in a little glass blowing place and watched some of that stuff, and left with a couple of treats, and this was one of them.
Well, how you successfully got that home without breaking it, I don't know, but I'm impressed.
I leave that up to the boss lady. She handles that kind of stuff. That is a major wrap job. But you can use this for a extra large martini glass, because it's got the proper shaping. Or if this had a margarita in it, you can pull that off as well, and no one would doubt you.
Right. You put a scotch in there if you were.
You're damn right. Yeah, that'll hold a lot of scotch. That's the kind of thing.
Yeah, you might not be
scotch, and you're gonna have a good sleep. That or sizzle.
Tom Beetle Bailey says, hashtag Speedo distractions. Mark Robertson says, go Browns. Agreed? Go Browns. I know people sometimes get averse to the football talk, but go Browns. And since you're here, I keep looking at the screen over here, guys, because that's where I'm seeing Jamie. Yes. So I want to look at him while he talks. But anyway, we are part of the inaugural SAS Fantasy Creator Football League.
Oh, that is on, man. That's big time right there.
It's on, and there's really, truly been no shortage of smack talk, right?
No, I mean, everyone's got a little piece of the action, for sure.
I mean, sometimes I worry about offending the Hubners because, I mean, their whole team's the Pittsburgh Steelers, but listen, that's the name of the game in fantasy football. You got to talk smack.
Hey, listen, there's always a couple of homers out there in every fantasy league that just pick their favorite players. And
the funny part,
there's plenty of people that haven't ever even played fantasy football before in that league, and they are just, I mean, D&G Explorers, they have all Bills, don't they? They're all Buffalo Bills over there.
See, now I'm not sure, but I will say this. I consider myself, I've been doing fantasy football for over 20 years. I consider myself someone who knows a little bit about it. I really don't need a cheat sheet when I draft anymore because I just, I know. But I thought I drafted well in that league. But the Hubners, according to ESPN, they drafted 5 places better than I did. I was 7th out of 10.
Well, luckily for them, their favorite team, the Steelers, has a lot of really good players on it, and so they can, pull that kind of stuff off.
You're right. That's why I hope I play them on a Steelers bye week.
Listen, it's funny you say how long you've been playing because I don't know how many fantasy football fans you have, and boy, every time on our show, on our Monday Night Live show, when we bring up fantasy football, I see like a drop of like 15 to 20 people just immediately just disappear from who's in the in the chat. But I've been playing. There's a league that I'm in, which is the first league that I was ever in, and I'm the commissioner of it. And this is our 23rd league. I mean, back in the day, you would play fantasy football, and the next day I'd have to go out and get the USA Today newspaper
and write it all out.
Yeah, just to see what the running stats were for anyone I had on my team. I mean, it was crazy. And then it took 2 or 3 days until the commissioner, who had to really be dedicated back then because they'd have to go out and get the paper, track everything, put it all onto a laptop that he had. And there was only one guy 23 years ago that had a laptop. I mean, nobody else had one just laying around. And he was the guy that was nice enough to put it all together. And back then, being a commissioner of the league was a full-time job. I mean, now you send out some emails, you get everybody together, and the web, the internet does the whole thing for you. But it's great to hear that you've been playing that long because I love it. And a lot of people are like, that's lame, but I think it's super exciting. And it's really added a lot to football. It puts a whole spin on Sundays when I will watch football for 9 hours straight and have an interest almost in every game, that I watch.
Right. That's what makes it interesting. You can watch games that you wouldn't normally watch. But Crazy Cat Traveler says her Ducks, the Oregon Ducks, first game is Saturday against Auburn. Wow, that's a big game.
Yes, that's a tough matchup for because she's in the Pac. I don't know if that's the Pac-12 or how they're calling it now, the Pac Northwest or whatever. Because here in Arizona, I try to follow a little bit of the ASU, the Sun Devils. But what's funny is that Matthew is a Clemson Tiger fan, and they're the champs. They whooped up on, what was that team name again? Who is that called? The team that lost last year? Alabama. They lost big time last year. But,
my sister's a graduate of Alabama, and I have to go to her wedding, and it's all Alabama themed.
I can only imagine. They're all like, Roll Tide! Out there.
Oh, geez. York says, I only drafted Baker Mayfield so I could watch John's Browns and not be bored. Well, hey, listen, if that's what it takes to get you to come watch a football game, I'll take it. And chat's starting to jump ahead, and I'll take that because I want to get caught up with you guys.
In my money league, I picked up the Browns defense because I saw some glimpses of a front line, a front five on that Browns team that looks insane. And I don't know if the offense is going to be everything that's advertised, but I think that defense is going to be stout. So I picked them up.
Well, they're not ranked high. Good night, Mark Robertson. Thanks for joining us. Sorry for all the ship showiness. I'm glad we hit our groove here, though, because it's been a lot of fun, chatting. With Jamie, and then having York with the surprise appearance at work. Don't expect too much. Trevor, I don't know if he's still here, made a comment like, don't get your hopes up with the ship show. But we do what we can.
Tell him to go have another drink and go back and take a nap again.
It wasn't Glokler. It was, maybe I'm saying the wrong name. It was,
okay. Sorry, Trevor.
No, it was someone else. But he was right. I mean, it's not like he was lying. He was being honest. Like, hey, don't get your hopes up because you don't know what you're going to get here.
There's a lot that goes behind the scenes in setting up these lives. And when we do things like we have to set it up in YouTube and get that lined up, then you have to go over and set up. If you want to do anything besides just appear and have nothing else going on, no backdrop, no nothing, then you might be able to just click a button in YouTube and see something. But if you want anything with any creativity, you got to use another software like OBS, which I think is what you use. And then you're talking about multiple things working in tune together. Then you have your camera, then you have your internet connection has to be on point. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes along with just starting up the show. I mean, it took us months and months and months before we stopped just doing the standard YouTube live, click a button, take a photo of us at the moment, and then boom, you're live.
Right.
And we were afraid to try something new, and then we finally got it down pat, and now it's been working. I don't want to jinx us, but it's been working pretty smooth. But you guys have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of other things in OBS, and you have outside sources for your audio and all that kind of stuff, and we don't have a lot of that stuff, so that messes it up a little bit.
Yeah, well, you mentioned it all, and we don't want to bore you all with the tech talk, but it's true. There is a lot that goes on behind the scenes. I mean, you mentioned it, just a thumbnail. It's like, oh crap, I got to do a thumbnail, and then you got to put text in there, and it takes time, and you got to do all the other stuff.
That is correct.
What is OBS, says Justin Landrum? OBS stands for...
With outside broadcasting source or something like that?
Yeah, yep. And it's basically software we use to go live that allows me to do really cool stuff like the...
Oh. Every time you say that, it gets me concerned. Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. That's always cool.
Celebrate the day.
I love seeing Krista in that one.
Get your own beer. Kindness spreads farther than you realize.
How we doing? Are we doing good? Are we holding down the fort or what? There's 40. I see 46 people still here. I think we're rocking.
Even if people don't accept your kindness, it's good to spread it all around.
I have enough of this left probably to hold me over.
I wish they were here tonight because it's so epic how they pull that off. But we'll see them next time.
I can't believe they're not here tonight.
Yeah, I know. They'll probably be disappointed.
We should talk about anyone who's not here. We should talk about them.
York says, Jamie, we can hear you over the degenerates, just not John. Oh, wow. They could hear us both conversating.
That's awesome. Did I say? I don't think I said anything inappropriate, did I?
Nope, not at all.
Perfect. Did I say anything?
Blaine says, we now know that Jamie has enough to hold him over. Speaking of holding him over, hold me over for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, we'll hold you over. All right, so good thing I didn't say anything about how cute Krista is or anything like that in that video. So that is good stuff. Glad to hear that. Are you guys all batting down for the hurricane? The folks there on the east side of Miami, or Florida, I should say. Are we concerned about a hurricane coming? Is everything going okay? Do you guys have your plywood? Do you have your water, your gasoline for the generators? Anyone down there got any concerns? Share it with us here in the chat so we can talk about that. Little hurricane talk we're working on.
Okay. Well, I know Raphael and Alana just had their Coco Cay excursion canceled on them. That's disappointing.
Well, luckily they have been there before and taken full advantage of all the cool stuff there. I think they said they were just looking to do a little bit more of a chill day. So they'll have to chill on the ship instead of at Coco Cay. But boy, that's better than chilling in your living room any day.
That's true. If they move your cruise port, you're still on the ship.
Yes. And chances are the folks that had that happen will probably see some kind of an onboard credit or some kind of perk, since the itinerary got changed. And so that's, I know it kind of stinks, but maybe there's a little something in return for your inconvenience. So that's always cool too.
That's true. Justin says when the video played, they could only hear Jamie, not John. That's because I have no idea what I'm doing most of the time. But no,
it's okay. Listen, I am so glad that I didn't say anything like wild, crazy, or anything like that. But
you're a professional. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm a professional. You can ask Sharon from Sharon at Sea, and she may have another thought for you on that note on occasion. But
the whole family's professional. Who are we kidding? Matthew with the pizza reviews and everything that he brings to the channel and that perspective.
Matthew is so funny. He reminds me a lot of even less. All right. Stella, we know, is amazing on camera. She loves to be on camera. She's a big player. Your lovely daughter, Caitlin, she always says, this is the only time you're going to see me on camera. And then you see her multiple times after that. But I think she's torn between wanting to be on and have fun, but maybe she's just doesn't want anyone from school to see her and bust her chops about it.
That's probably true.
Yes.
I've noticed lately, though, that she's doing a lot of sneaky filming.
Yes.
In my last vlog, there was a scene with Caitlin. She's like, "You're not going to see this for a few weeks." What's funny is that was in February, so it was a few months. But I get a huge smile on my face when she does stuff like that. But the difference on this Ovation cruise is that I handed her the Osmo Pocket.
Yes.
And just said, "You guys have fun," because we went to Chef's Table and Wonderland on that cruise, and the girls just had the Osmo Pocket. I haven't seen that footage yet. I can't wait to see what they did because they filmed.
I love when Caitlin's on there and she's like, "Yeah, I checked. I don't have any nose boogers."
Yeah,
she's got the thing right here, and that's always a riot. And meanwhile, I got Matthew, who. When we'll get on a cruise together and we'll all be wearing our Sharon at Sea shirts, and it says a little logo here, and on the back it says Sharon at Sea. And I remember getting on the Symphony of the Seas, and we're all wearing a backpack. And so we get on the ship and we're dropping off our stuff to go get taken to the room. And I'm like, "Here, man, why don't you give me that backpack and we'll drop it off. It'll get taken." He's like, "No, I think I'll wear it." I'm like, "Why would you wear it? Just give me the backpack." Turns out he doesn't want to take off the backpack because the back of his shirt says Sharon at Sea, and he's a little he doesn't want, in case he sees some kids or something like that, when he first gets on the ship, he doesn't want kids to be like, Sharon at Sea, what's that? And I'm sitting there telling him, "No, man, it'll be cool. Kids will be like, oh, you're on YouTube. YouTube is cool. Kids dig that." But he's like, "Yeah, no, it doesn't work that way." And and he knows more than me. He's a teenager, so he's going to be a little more aware than I am.
Right. And if it's Stella's the same way. She'll wear her Bagok t-shirt and the kids are like, "Oh, you have a YouTube channel?" And she's like, "Nah," she doesn't want to talk about it. But at the end of the day, she has fun with it.
Oh, for sure. Yes. And then there was a time when Matthew was just a ham and he loved it. He would love to grab the camera and walk around the Lido deck and stuff like that. And we had to pull it out of his hands. But now it's like, "Hey, man, how about you come on the live show?" And he's like, "Yeah, no."
Right.
So.
Yep. Ronnie Gilbert says good night. He's heading out. Good night, man. Midlife crazy. No hurricanes or tornadoes here in Southern California, just earthquakes. That's true. Margaret Marnie Wilson says, a hurricane is all over the place. This hurricane is all over the place. I miss living in Florida during hurricane season. Well, I'm just glad Puerto Rico, they're safe, right? I feel like I read that today. But Liz says you're out of olives.
I'm out of olives. Look at that. I cleaned out that whole shish kebab stick. Can you believe that?
Well played.
Toast.
Well played.
Toast? Yes. That was delicious. I'm glad I had just enough to get me through almost all the show. So that worked out fantastically.
Tom Beetle Bailey said if he was a teenage boy, he wouldn't want the name Sharon at Sea on the back of his shirt either. Well, agree to disagree. Trevor Glokler says we booked for St. Martin and San Juan and both got changed. Oh, bummer.
Oh, I can imagine, yeah.
Tom Beetle Bailey said you just finished your ship kebab.
It was a ship kebab, a ship show kebab. Thank you, Tom Beetle Bailey.
Margaret Marnie Wilson says, yes, Puerto Rico is safe. Thank God. Good. Crazy Cat Trowler says, stop! Olive emergency. Just for one of us, not for me.
Yes, I am. I have a situation. So I'm just gonna hold this stick in my ear right here.
Right.
Does it look like it's going in my ear and coming out the other side?
Oh my gosh.
That's called magic, folks. You're not gonna get.
How do you do that?
You're not gonna get that on any other live show.
That's OBS, y'all.
Yeah. No, that's real. That thing actually just went in one ear and out the other. You don't get that in other places.
You know, I'm so glad you joined us tonight. I feel like it started off rough, but I was never like upset about it. Like, oh, it's not going to work. Because when I knew things weren't working from the start, I was just like, well, let's start it over, see what happens, and it worked out. And the whole night was perfect. York showing up unannounced.
York saved the day.
Yep.
He did.
Honestly,
I think he gave you a level of comfort that you needed at the moment to let you know everything's going to be fine. And you got everything ironed out based on that comfort level. And then everything smoothed out. And then he helped himself to a cocktail out of your refrigerator and then got the heck out of town, which is something a good neighbor will do. And I think everything worked out fantastic. Yes.
And Trevor says it's all because of York. And Tom Beetle Bailey says, I'll live the ship show and Sharon at Sea.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes.
That is
Nancy
so
says brain skewer.
Nancy, did you like that? How about Leanne? Oh, I don't know if Leanne was able to hang in there for the next round. Our amazing team SAS. I think I just spit a pimento out of my mouth. I apologize if I did. It's so good to see Nancy out there interacting, mixing, mingling, having a good time. And she's been so nice to the latest addition to Team SAS, which is Leanne Francesconi, who has been around forever and a day with SAS. So we really appreciate those guys, and they are amazing. And it's tough. I'm not going to lie. I mean, seeing Nancy out there interacting with other channels and channels trying to incorporate her, I get a little jealous sometimes. I'm not going to lie about it. I mean, she's, I feel like she's our girl. It's like having a best friend that's super cute, and the other guys are always trying to kind of move in on her and schmooze her and win her over. She's smart enough not to fall for it. But every once in a while, you're worried that just some really cute guy might come in and sweep her off her feet. So that's kind of how I feel when it comes to Nurse Nancy. I mean, she's Team SAS to the core. But
you're protective.
Yeah, I always worry. I get a little jealous sometimes when I see her on another channel with the wrench attached to her name or something like that. But I know it's just because she's beloved and she is just, such a big part of the community. So.
She truly is. And if you haven't checked her out on YouTube, check out Nurse Nancy.
Yeah.
She has a premiere tomorrow night. I think at 9:00.
6 p.m. Yeah, 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern. She's premiering another one of her Horizon videos, which are amazing. And I cannot wait to see her in about 47 days on the Carnival Horizon. She's actually going to be on a back-to-back cruise. She's going to be on that ship for a week, and then I think she's going with her daughter, and then her daughter gets off, and her husband Anthony joins her, and that's when we're having our Sharon at Sea group cruise. And she will already be on that ship for a week, partying down like a mad woman, waiting for us to get on so we can tear it up.
Hopefully she's not like ready to get off by that point.
She might be. She might be like, I've had it. I'm done with this ship. It's been horrible. No, I don't think that'll happen. I think she's.
I saw something on Facebook. Didn't I see someone else is doing it back to back?
Yeah, some guy named Mark Stamper. I think he goes by another name in the chats. What do they call him?
Big Pap.
Big Pap is back to back in 2, and he'll be there as well when we get on board. I have a feeling he's going to save me a seat at the bar of my choice. Is what I'm trying to get. I'm going to work that out with them, so I have a seat ready to go. I'm thinking maybe I might start things off in the Guys Pig and Anchor bar on the Horizon to get things fired up in the afternoon. So I'm hoping Big Pap will meet me there.
Well, that's not the place where you get the free drink if you should. No, that's Red Frog, right?
No, well, here's the deal. So that ship does not have a Red Frog pub on it. It has a Red Frog rum bar on the Lido deck. It also has a Blue Iguana tequila bar on the Lido deck, but it has the Guys Pig and Anchor barbecue adjacent to a thing that's new to that ship is the Pig and Anchor bar type of setup. So that is pretty awesome. Whether you want one of the greatest Bloody Marys ever or cocktails or whatever you need, that place will have it for you. So I am excited about hanging out there and having some brewskis with my man Big Pap.
Well, I think it was Nurse Nancy. Yeah, Nurse Nancy says he's on a back-to-back-to-back.
That is outrageous.
That's crazy.
Well, it's somewhere between pissing me off and making me jealous, and I'm not sure.
Right. But when is your group cruise again? Tell the peeps if
October 13th.
They haven't heard yet.
October 13th, we have the Sharon at Sea group cruise. It's our first group cruise. It was planned a while ago. I know that everyone's really familiar with the Sharon at Sea La Lido Loca combo group cruise, which we put together with our amazing friends, the beautiful and talented Tony and Jenny from La Lido Loca. But we
I'll be
have
on that one.
Our own deal going on. Oh, I know you will. York. There's a lot of people are going to be on that cruise. I realize that Mardi Gras first cruise out of New York is going to be a big deal for vloggers. But I have a feeling that the SAS LLO group cruise it might even outshine that Mardi Gras. I'm just going to say it. But so we take off on October 13th out of Miami. It's going to be great. And we're going to meet some folks the night before at the Embassy Suites and have free cocktails. And then we're going to get on that ship and have a good time. We have some special stuff planned. Sharon, being a travel agent, is able to handle all the bookings. But, it's all of our friends. It's all people that we know, that we interact with online that are booking. So what Sharon's doing, she's taking a couple bucks that she does make on the deal, and we're putting it back into a big cocktail party. So it's an hour-long free cocktail party on the first sea day for everyone who's there. So we will be drinking, having a great time. Nurse Nancy's putting together a cabin crawl. Cindy from High Seas Cindy is arranging a slot pull. So there's a lot of fun stuff that's going on. A lot of other names of people are going to be there that you see in the chat regularly. And so it's going to be cool. There's about 16 cabins worth of folks that follow us that you see around, and we're going to have a blast.
Sounds like it. I wish I could go, but we got that February cruise booked. And
hey, listen, I there's plenty. I'll tell you what. Part of Sharon and I are like, okay, so for this thing, there's only about 16 cabins that are booked, and we're like, okay, that's not a ton, right? It's not a lot, but it is a lot, and so we're just happy to have a really nice, great core of people that we're comfortable with. The first night we're going to get on, and there's about 20 plus of us going to the steakhouse for dinner. And Sharon's been able to contact the steakhouse directly and make arrangements for that. So that's very cool. And so it's just the right amount to really get on there and see how it works. We want to make sure everyone has fun, but at the same time, we don't want anyone to feel like they are that they have to be involved with anything that we
Right.
do, you know. So we don't want to overwhelm anyone or have them feel like, oh, I got to show up here. I am definitely not the host of like that's, let's say, like a Josh Hokum is. He does
Right.
cruises. I mean, he is a host with the most type of a dude, and I don't know if I have that in me. But I want to show up at a couple of events and have fun and do some things on my own, and I assume other people are like that too. So we'll have some things planned together, some things planned apart, and hopefully everyone just has a blast on the cruise when it's all said and done.
Now, I'm sure they will. I mean, let's be honest. We've all seen your vlogs. You guys have fun. York says,
Tear it up.
you're my boy, Blue. Well, you're definitely my boy. Midlife Crazy had to run. He's got editing to do. Get on that editing. I know what that's like.
There you go,
And
Midlife.
the live streams can deter from that.
Hey, I'm still
Yep.
showing 46 people here in the live chat. That is awesome.
Is that true?
Yes.
Because mine always says like 14. It never really tells me.
That's what my phone says. My phone says that. What I'm also seeing is I think that we need to, I don't know where we're at in the chat, but for some reason I am seeing a super chat from Margaret Marnie Wilson.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. Thank you, Margaret.
It's my fault. I talk too much. I do apologize. Margaret, you're amazing. Super chats. Drop those super chats for the channel. It's okay if I say it. John would never say it, but they help support your channel, and they show a lot of love and appreciation for the hosts and everything they do. So, you know, don't be afraid to throw that action out there. So there you have it.
Margaret, but we truly appreciate it. On behalf of the ship show, York and I say, okay. And if York was here, he would have definitely given you the bagok on the soundboard. But he's not, but I'm sure he's doing it in his home. Sean and Casey on vacay mode said, sup? Sup? How you doing, y'all? Thanks for joining us. Tom Beetle Bailey's going to be on that group cruise. That should be a great time. I can't wait for the LLL SAS group cruise because, I mean,
great.
it's just going to be a who's who of this community. Truly.
Well, and you know what's funny, John, is that every day, you know, I mean, we're not getting any younger. And there's times
Sure.
when I wake up in the morning and I feel a little cramp somewhere or something hurts that doesn't usually hurt. And the first thing I think of is, oh my God, is this the beginning of the end? And what's going to happen to the group cruise? It's just part of getting older, I guess. You know, what are you going to do about that? You wouldn't know because you're still a very young man. But once you get older like me, you'll understand how that works.
I'd be willing to guess we're less than 5 years apart.
Maybe. But let me tell you, the thing I'm really most looking forward to on that LLL SAS group cruise is spending some quality time with one Kelly Clayco, the mysterious better half of you. And really, I'm hoping to get a couple cocktails going with her and get her on camera and really get the full feel of what it is like to be married to Mr. Clayco Klaykowski.
Well, I'm sure she'll tell you.
I want to get the scoop. It's like I don't know if you watch Fear the Walking Dead. There's a lot of stuff where they try to record each other and get how their true feelings. Same thing here. I want to get her on camera. I want to know the lowdown and see where her head's at.
Well, I will tell you this. I won't tell you what episode it is because I can't remember. But in the upcoming series, there is a Kelly cam.
Hold on. In the Ovation series?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I was looking at footage the other night, and she said, "Hey, this is Kelly Cam," and I'll just that's all. I'm not gonna say
That
anymore.
is big time.
So it looks like you guys sent us a super chat. Did you guys send SAS? Did you send us a super chat?
Oh yeah. I guess I did send that. Well, someone under the name Sharon at Sea sent that.
Well, thank you very
Hold on,
much.
let me hold on. Let me see who might have sent that. Sharon.
Sharon! Okie Cruiser says, I can't keep up with all the live streams. Need to sleep sometime. Back to the lab for the few last days until their cruise. Good night. Good night, guys.
Listen, I also see Wanda Byron. You see that? Well,
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up with the chat because I see super chats are flying in.
I know. I'm an outlier here. I'm at the end of the chat, and I can see what's happening. This is so weird being at the end of the chat.
Right. And when you're like me, you're not. Because the chat flies by so fast, I can't keep up, so I go up so it doesn't fly by. But I'm glad I didn't, because Sean and KC on vacay mode said they need some advice with green screen. Help, please. Let me know what advice you're looking for. I can try to help, but I can tell you just first and foremost, lighting is key. And I wish I could turn the camera, but I can't. But I've got, York and I have a big light over here, a big light over here, a big light just below it down here, a big light just below it down here, another giant light right here.
Yes.
Because illuminating the green screen is number one thing. You got to keep it lit.
Making sure that all the green is equal, like that,
Yep.
it's all the same exact green. It would be perfect. I know we struggle with that, and we have not even ventured into. I mean, we have a green screen wall here. We do. Hold on here. Look. Hold on.
Yeah, they got the same thing we got.
We got a green screen deal going on here, but we have not tried going doing our live in front of it because I just don't want to mess around with it. And but if we don't have enough lights, then you have different, color, there's shadowing and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
so when you try to remove the green, it's not clean. So you want the green, if you can be a foot or two away from the green screen, that's great, and have it be the same exact color and lighting throughout, and that's your best way to go about it. Otherwise, watch YouTube for videos. They'll teach you how to do it.
Yeah, videos for sure. And we really noticed after York and I were Oompa Loompas on our last live stream 2 weeks ago that the new LED light we had, really, you need to light your back screen separately from yourself. And once we got this new light, I mean, it could be improved upon, but, lighting is key. That's all there is to it.
Yes.
Lighting is key. And after that, you can figure out everything you need to know about green screening on YouTube in a very short amount of time.
Yeah. It's much easier than you think it is to throw a little green screen up there. But it's funny, like we were talking about our friends Alito Loca, and in the beginning they used a lot of heavy green screen for their videos that they made, and even their live show. And then they I think they kind of got away from that, and we kind of enjoyed just having the natural, background that we show on our live show, and that way it's one less thing to worry about. It's one less thing to mess around with, and it's one more thing. Like for you guys, you always joke about your ship show, and you have when everything's working smooth, you have amazing production values and great quality. But again, you always you put in that green screen. If you could just put a wall behind you with some pictures or something, that'd be one less major thing to worry about every time you go live. But you don't, because you love your people and you show quality stuff.
Right. And I hear people say it. I heard it on Monday night from a guy I respect and love. He said, "You only get this on our live stream." That was you. I forget what you were talking about, but it was true in the moment. And I feel like we were the first to come in and try the green screen and pull it off. Now, as you can see, because of it, we have a lot of ship showiness. But it is fun that we do this green screen, because sometimes the background is all weird and York's shirt is transparent and you can see through the hat.
That's awesome when that happens, because you realize, most people realize why that's happening, and you're like, oh, that's cool. Like when something sees through, or you see a color or something like that. And sometimes it's funny, Sharon will come in to make a video about something, and she'll have a really pretty top on, and it's got green in it. I'm like, hello, that's got green. You can't wear green because there's no green. And she's like, oh, darn, and has to go change or something like that. So it's always fun. What? Hold on, are you talking about us? What? There was something that we said on Sharon.
I forget what you said, but you're like, you can only get that here, folks. But I have to say,
was it
thank
the time
you.
machine? It might have been the time machine.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was absolutely the time machine.
Time machine.
But I do want to say thank you so much to Wanda Byram for the super chat.
Oh, yeah.
She sent the super chat with the message that she was leaving, and I need to learn how to read these super chats quicker because I hope you haven't left already. But thank you. Wanda has a nice Bagok shirt that she posted on our Facebook page, and we appreciate
Awesome,
that.
Wanda.
Good night, Wanda. Let's see. Let's just.
Come on, who else? Blaine, is Blaine 2007 going to bed? Come on, man.
Yeah, he said he's going to bed. Which, I mean, I can't blame him. I started the premiere at 9, so it's already 11:30. I think we're in uncharted territory here.
I am on West Coast time. For me, it's only 8:40.
Yeah.
So I'm still in a pretty good place. I'm not going to lie.
Sean and Casey Travel Mode says, thanks to both of us for the tips on green screen. Nurse Nancy said York is sick. At Raphael showed up for just a little bit, but he's under the weather. Yep. Raphael Zingano, he's going to eat. Why is the chicken taking York's place? That's what Raphael wants to know. But Raphael, without your help this evening, we wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now with Jamie and myself. So,
good job, Raphael.
Thank you very much for all your advice. Raphael and I were actually video chatting before the live, helping me to set this up. So much love. They were live just before us, and Alana was. He was traveling.
He is a really good guy. I mean, listen, we follow Alana and Raphael, and it's the Alana Zingano channel. And I joke around a lot with Rob from Life with Favor, because their channel is Life with Favor, but he's Rob from Life with Favor. And our channel is Sharon at Sea, but I'm Jamie from Sharon at Sea. And of course, you have Alana Zingano's channel with Raphael from Alana's channel. And not all of us can have top billing like, I don't know, let's say the Klaykowskis, where you are the main source. And a lot of us are second fiddle to that kind of stuff. But he plays such a big role over there. And
of course.
She was live while he was back in the studio or whatever, doing whatever he's got to do. They were apart, but she still managed to get live and do her thing, and he managed to help you. So, he's a really good guy, and he helps out a lot. And we got to meet those guys at our Disney Springs get together with creators.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
And they played a part in helping out with Nancy being there, and they have a good relationship with Nancy now. And,
that's right.
So
her and Alana kept the whole secret.
Yep. So they're very nice and really really good people. So there you have it.
Yep. I think there you have it is the correct way to say it because, I mean, let's face it, guys. It's 11:37, and I think we pretty much said it all. There were no games.
Wrapping it up because I was just sitting here thinking, how can I get another drink to go on with the show? Since this is not done.
If anybody knows me, they know that I'll just keep going, whether it's for the good or for the bad. You know what I'm saying? York can attest to that. But Trevor's saying it's Chris Cornell time. Now, okay, so that's true. It is coming down to the end of the show where I do the singing. I must apologize to everyone here, but I feel it would be a disservice to not only you guys, but to the Doodles himself and his stand-in, Bagokar, that he be here. Because when I sing the B-52's Love Shack, which I will, you guys voted on it. I know you voted on some other things and we chose otherwise, but I will sing the Love Shack when Yorkie Doodles is here. I just need to figure out, I've heard that singing it, the karaoke version, could be problematic, and I'm trying to figure out a workaround for that. So
that can be tough.
Yep.
That can be tough.
Do I need to sing Chris Cornell? I always sing Chris Cornell.
Maybe you should sing a little Sebastian Bach for us tonight.
Sebastian Bach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that.
A little.
I know this.
A little.
Fly if you wanna fly. Blah 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 blah. I know that song.
Come on.
I wanna know if this could be my fate. I wanna know. What? There you go. That's for you.
Maybe you should give us a little Skid Row, a little Sebastian Bach, some Skid Row.
I don't know this song. You sing it.
Woke up to the sound of pouring rain. The wind would whisper and I think of you. And all the tears you cried, they call my name. You know, something like that. We can just throw that out there.
What do you stop for? That was great.
Well, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I can't hang with you, but you know, I throw a little bit out there on occasion. I did that for my boy Timothy Walters.
That was fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm absolutely mesmerized.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I think you outdid some of your guitar riffs there.
Well, listen, let's just keep that right where it is. We don't want to get too crazy.
That was fantastic, if you ask me.
Yeah, I told you I'm an '80s guy. I had the mullet. I used to rock and roll a little bit. There's a few things I can throw a few things together in a pinch. Not a lot. I am not you by any means, but you know, there's 2 or 3 songs I can throw something together for.
People are loving it in the chat. Pam says she has a great voice. Pam, I don't think you realize, but Jamie used to be with a really cool band back in the day.
Well, oh, you sandbagging son of a gun! I feel like oh wait, I remember. People can hear me right now.
So, yeah, I mean, there you go. It's not like it just came from nowhere. He has roots, y'all. This tree grew from solid foundation.
I used to rock.
York says it's much more fun than a karaoke battle if we do, Trevor says there needs to be a karaoke battle, and York said that's more fun than air hockey. I don't know about that.
I don't know. It could be equally as fun.
Right. Tom Beetle Bailey says he hopes.
Drunk.
Right. Tom Beetle Bailey says he hopes that we sing karaoke on the big old group cruise, and I'm sure that's going to happen. I know I'm going to do it. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a little teaser. There may have been a duet on the Ovation of the Seas with one Klaykowski and one Alyssa Griffin.
Yeah, that's a word out. She's got an angelic voice about her.
She puts us all to shame. Seriously.
I think it should have been you and Griff singing, but we'll see what happens.
Well, York says I should sing. Daniel says karaoke while playing air hockey. York says I should sing Spoon Man. I'll try it. I feel like it's a bad call, but I'm going to try it just for you, Mr. Doodle, since you made your way all the way over here, sick as you were.
Love you, Doodle.
Spoon Man, walk together with your hands, save me. Come together with your plan, save me. I screwed up the lyrics like her name was Rico.
Well, right that's there. Okay. Don't worry about that. The
lyrics with y'all! All right.
Her name was Rico. I don't know where that came from, but it is still the funniest thing ever. Listen, I watch a lot of live shows, right? As somebody who's on YouTube, I try to watch as much as I can of all the other folks out there. And you know, the same thing, John. You try to watch stuff and you can't. There's stuff that comes up and you miss it, and you try to make sure you got your own notifications. You're so busy telling other people how to hit their notifications for your channel, you don't even know how to hit notifications for other channels, and you miss everything. And then you try to catch up to it and all that kind of stuff. So that's one of the toughest things out there. And then
as a creator, for sure.
Oh my God, it is so difficult. And then watching you guys, and then trying to remember where the Rico comment came from. I for some reason I think Trevor had something to do with it, but I might be wrong.
I'm not sure who it was, but they said singing the Copacabana, and I was just like, her name was Rico.
That was
she did the cha-cha.
That and I watched that, and that was one of the funniest things. Like, I'm literally laughing out loud, and Sharon's looking at me because she's not getting it at the moment. I'm hysterical laughing. She's like, "What's the matter with you?" I'm like, "Rico." He said her name was Rico. How funny!
Well, it's since evolved into its own thing, as we all know. Her name was Rico. She had a deco.
Yes. It is
And there
so
were
good.
feathers in her hair, and it went everywhere.
It is
Yeah.
so good.
Well, Tom Beetle Bailey says, sitting on Bagaka the Bay, we've done that. Sitting on Bagaka the Bay, watching the tide roll away. All right, guys, I think we should shut it down. Jamie,
Yes.
thank you so much for helping me
Thank
get
you.
through this.
Dude, thank you. It was amazing. I appreciate all the fans, the Klaykowski fans, the Ship Show fans. You guys are awesome. I know that I know we cross over. I mean, there's folks that watch us, that watch you. I mean, we're in the same genre of good times and fun. So thank you, York, for allowing me to grace your stage and be involved in the show while you are not feeling well. It's an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure. So I thank you for that.
Slippin' Digits #1 fan says, I'm just here for the live music. Trevor says gangster rap, but in Showtune's voice. I like it. I'll work on that. Yeah, I can work on that. Anyway, Nurse Nancy says, hey to Slippin' Digits #1 fan. Guys, thank you. I feel like I'm just so happy that you all stuck around through the big mess that we had at the beginning. So for all of you to be here, if you did hit that thumbs up, we appreciate it. If you haven't, do it on the way out. But I think we're going to call it a night. What do you think, Jamie? Should we just say...
No, we're cool with that. Just make sure, if you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I can't imagine anyone not being subscribed who is here at this point. But if not, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check it out. And keep the notifications on for future content creation.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you joining us once again. And thanks to Raphael for helping me with this. We'll... Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Fantastic. Nice. Well played, sir. We'll leave you with this.
And they're like, what the hell's going on in that room?
I know. My wife's like, what were you singing?
Yeah.
What were you guys doing down there?
Sorry, Kelly. I apologize.
Well, she can't hear it. But we'll leave you with this, y'all. Thanks for joining us. Okay, that didn't work.